Sculptube from Overloud is a distortion plugin which recreates the sound of tube electronics. Its customizable valve circuits can be configured to sound anywhere from adding subtle warmth to crunchy, heavy distortion, or even act as an exciter on upper frequencies. First, let's listen to how Sculptube can quickly add some warmth to a mix. Here is an unprocessed clip from a finished mixdown. And here it is with Sculptube. Sculptube offers a number of parameters to tailor the type and amount of distortion created. Drive determines the amount of distortion, and the overdrive switch adds another 20 dB of gain for extra crunchiness. Bias simulates the amount of electric current running through the tubes and has a big effect on the distortion sound. There are 3 different distortion types to choose from. P0 simulates triode tubes. P1 simulates the sound of pentode tubes. And P2 is a specially configured pentode, which gives an extra octave at higher bias settings. There are high and low pass filters to sculpt the amounts of upper versus lower frequencies. And Overloud added a parallel knob, which adjusts the mix of dry signal and distortion processing. These last 2 parameters work well together. For example, first, cut all the lower frequencies at 1K. And then, use just a touch of the parallel knob to use Sculptube as an exciter. Next, let's hear Sculptube on some electronic drums. Sculptube is very useful to give some analog warmth to purely digital tracks. By using the low-pass filter and backing off the amount of wet signal, the drums get a fatter, analog sound. Lastly, we'll listen to Sculptube on a keyboard track. We'll start by kicking on the overdrive switch. Then cut the bass and most of the top end. Adjust the drive and bias so that the signal is just beginning to break up. And the magic happens when you back off the parallel distortion. Sculptube from Overloud. Check out the demo version at overloud.com.